Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the campsite and another episode of Where in the World is the Geo Pro. Chris, the Camping Texan here, and this weekend is the first weekend of December, and we're camping out at Stephen F. Austin State Park, and this is campsite number 31. So I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. You got to spend a lot of good moments with your family and your friends and kind of catch up on things. Good time of the year to take a break to do that. This is one of 3 parks for us when we want to stay local and close to our base camp, which is in the Houston, Texas area. We either come to Stephen F. Austin, Lake Livingston, or Huntsville to get away for a short break. This weekend we decided to do a little Christmas shopping, so this is close to Katy, and so we drove in and took care of some things for Christmas. So this is 31. All the campsites here are pull-throughs, which makes it very convenient for pulling in no matter what time of day or night that you arrive. It's easy to just pull in. Your RV will level very easily. There's nothing to it here. It's very easy. This site has full hookups. You can see my sewer, water, and electricity. Now, a word of caution, 30 amps is the most that you're going to get at site 31. Okay, usually you have a 20 and a 30, no problems with the electrical, everything worked perfectly. Last week at Garner, I was telling you about the water issues with the regulator and how it wouldn't snug up, and we kept having leaks. No issues with that here. The only thing is your spigot's a little low to the ground, so you'll have to be mindful of how much space you've got down there to work with. No issues with the satellite this weekend. We were able to get all of our channels because we're close to the Houston area. Cell phone service was not that great. We got 1 bar for AT&T, 1 bar for Verizon. It didn't impede our ability to search the internet or make phone calls or anything, but just note that the cell phone service is a little low out here. Insect wise and bugs, ants. There are ants out here. You can see a pile there. And when I was first connecting the sewer, there was a nice ant pile next to the sewage drain, and so I got a couple of bites there. So just be mindful that there are ants out here. We saw a couple of bees, but other than that, no mosquitoes or anything like that. We didn't see a whole lot of wildlife go through our camp this weekend. I saw 1 squirrel yesterday that ran from this tree over to that tree. And this morning we saw a gathering of hawks flying around in the sky out above the Brazos River. But other than that, there hasn't been any other wildlife roaming through the camp. This campground was recently renovated due to floods in the last 5 or 6 years, and so you'll notice that all of the fire rings and barbecue pits are on raised concrete platforms. That's so if it floods in here that they won't get drenched. The picnic tables aren't covered, meaning that even though we have tall trees here, there's not a whole lot of shade. So if you want some shade, you're going to need to bring a portable awning or something to cover that. Now, there's really only one main RV loop here that it makes a horseshoe, and the park does a really good job when you first come in of telling you if you have an odd numbered site or an even numbered site, which driveway to use to get to your site most conveniently. It really just comes down to, do you want to be on the inside or the outside? Because all the sites are pretty much identical. Across from us is site number 32, and so you can see they're on the inside. It's very much identical to ours. I'll take you over there and we'll take a look at their electrical box, and we'll see if they also have just a 30 amp breaker. And they do. And they left their breaker on, so I'll go ahead and turn that off for them. Okay, so if you need 50 amp, you may need to look around here and see if there's a specific site when you make your reservation that provides a 50 amp service. Now, when we first made our reservation, I don't know if you guys can see down there, but that's site 29 and it's closed. I received a phone call from the very nice lady in the front office in headquarters, and she called and told me that there was an electrical problem with 29, so they moved us to 31. And I'm glad that she did, because I've noticed a lot of foot traffic coming from that side of the loop going to the restroom. Now, the restrooms here, because of the flooding several years ago, everything's been renovated. This is not a restroom that you should be afraid of camping next to. For one, it has an ice machine with a self-pay box. Ice is $2 a bag. And two, the inside of the restrooms look really nice in the showers. It was not a noise issue. There is a lot of foot traffic, and that is because there's a trail right there that leads from another part of the campground, as well as a trailhead. Let's see if I can show you guys. So right about through that clearing of trees by that sign, there's a trailhead, and that is the beginning of the Ironwood Trail. So a little bit of foot traffic, but I was certainly glad that we stayed in 31 versus 29. There hasn't been as much foot traffic on this end. Now, if I could recommend a site for you, site 40 is at the end of this loop, and it's very quiet. It's by itself. There's no one except for somebody that's across from you. So you may want to look into site 40. Stephen F. Austin State Park is very cool in that it works with the friends of Stephen F. Austin State Park to provide different services for the park. Mentioned the ice machine and $2 a bag where you pay at the restroom. Well, they also have this really neat covered wagon that is full of firewood that you can buy for $1 a stick. And it's a self-pay as well. It has a box inside of the wagon that you drop your money in, and then you can just pull as many sticks out as you need. Well, all right, guys, it looks like some people have left this morning, so I'm going to get to show you two sites. I told you about 40. Okay, that's 40 right there. I really love that site. If I came back, I would stay in 40 because there's nobody next to you, even though it's on the inside. There's the road right there, so nice and private. But also across from it is 39, and I really like 39. There's a lot of trees. Even the picnic table has a little bit of shade to it. So 39 and 40, this would be my next reservation, and you should probably as well. These are really good looking sites. But let's take a look at the electric. Oh, somebody left the 20 amp on. We'll turn that off for them. But also a 30 amp breaker, so seems to be a common theme on this camping loop. This is a really nice picnic area. As you enter the RV portion of the park, you have a really nice swing set, barbecue pits, picnic tables, a nice green space for everybody to enjoy. It's funny because most of the Southeast Texas parks that we go to have a sign that say alligators exist in the park. Here at this park, we have a sign that reads, "Caution, venomous snakes exist in this park." So as you're first entering into the RV section of this park, you'll notice the sign that shows you if you have an odd number site or even number site, which road to take to best set up your camper. Here you have a recyclable container as well as 2 garbage cans as you're entering the RV loop. Across from sites 31 and 32, there's also a dump station. Although it's older looking and I haven't seen anyone use it this weekend because every site here is full hookup, as well as a recycle container and a dumpster for you to get rid of your trash. I always like to leave you guys with 3 activities that you'll enjoy at this park. When you come to Stephen F. Austin State Park, please check out their trails. They have a wonderful trail system here. Take the Ironwood Trail to the Sycamore Trail to the Barred Owl Trail, and that will lead you down to the Brazos River. There's a pretty overlook where you can take some pictures of the river, and it's beautiful. The second thing is check out across from the park entrance is San Felipe de Austin, his state historical site and museum area. It costs about $10 a person to get in there, but it's well worth the admission fee. You can trace the steps of the original 300 settlers that came to Texas and helped form the state into what it is today. And then last, check out Katy. There's a lot to do, just 10, 15 minutes down the road. A lot of places to eat. If you don't feel like cooking, or if you want to do a little shopping, Sealy is also down the road as well, just a few minutes. So go check those areas out. This is a great park if you enjoy peace and quiet. If you just want to get away for a little bit, it's not that busy. The staff here are wonderful. They'll help you. They'll assist you with whatever you need. So get out here and check out Stephen F. Austin State Park. Well guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. It's been a great weekend at Stephen F. Austin State Park. We've enjoyed the peace and quiet, but it's time to move on. Next weekend we're heading up to Dinosaur Valley State Park in Glen Rose. So come and join us as we go on a quest to search for dinosaurs, and I'll see you